this video, we're going to look at literal equations and geometry types of problems. Now we start with literal equations, which are equations in which you solve for a specified variable. Basically, you might want to think of these as letter equations instead of literal equations. In this first problem, they're asking us to solve x plus y equals -2 for y, which means you do not want the plus x with the y, and so we want to subtract that x off of each side of the equation, and that would give us y equals either -2 minus x, or you can rewrite that as y equals -x minus 2. Your choice, because addition is commutative, and whether you add the -2 or add the -x, the order does not matter. In this next problem, I equals PRT, we're solving for t. Notice where the t is on the right side, it's been multiplied by the p and the r. So you want to divide off both the p and the r, and so we would have t on the right hand side equals I over PR. It's very straightforward. In problem number 3, we're solving this perimeter formula for W. We want to start by subtracting the 2L off of each side. So that gives us 2W equals P minus 2L. Now when we go to divide off the 2 on the left, we have a choice. On the right, we can divide each of these separately by 2, or we could have viewed this as 2W equals P minus 2L, divide the whole left by 2 and the whole right by 2. One way, on the left, we're going to have P over 2 then minus L. The other way, we're going to have P minus 2L all over 2, and you can't cancel those 2's, you just need to leave that one as is. Both of these are equivalent to each other. It just depends on whether you divide each part separately by 2 or the whole right side by 2. If you're looking at your answers in the back of the book, usually the directions will say answers will vary. Hopefully the back of the book would have both of these. For those of you using ALEKS, you will find that both answers are accepted by the computer. In problem number 4, we are solving for y, yet we have a fraction involved. So we want to clear the fractions first by multiplying through by 2 on each side, which will cancel the 2's out on the right, and we will have 2q equals the x plus y. And then you can solve easily for the y by subtracting off x. So we're going to have 2q minus x equals y as the solution. In this final one of these literal equations, we want to solve for x, but we see that x shows up in 2 different places, so we're going to combine like terms first. That will give us 8x, with the x's all in one place, equals the q plus r, and then we can divide through by 8. And again, you have the decision: do you divide the whole side by 8 and get it as I'm doing it here, q plus r all over 8, or do you separately make it q over 8 plus r over 8? Each of them are equivalent, and it would not matter which way. The goal is just get the x by itself on the left.